All trials spawn with 5 totems in random locations, some of them more hidden, some of them in more open spots, especially on cold wind maps. The totems are relatively even spread across the map. There are 3 types of totems that you can encounter. A dull totem which contains of just the bone pile. This totem bears no threat to the survivor but can still be cleansed or blessed to activate certain perks. Keep in mind though, a certain killer perk becomes more dangerous the more totems are cleansed. This will be covered later in the video. Cleansing or blessing a dull totem takes 14 seconds without any perks being involved. Cancelling the interaction by any means, like the survivor themselves or by the killer, hitting a survivor or making them scream, completely resets any progress on totems. The second totem are hex totems. These totems can be identified by being lit on fire and giving off a crackling sound. If you are affected by a hex totem, the name of the hex will appear in the upper right corner and a hex indication is shown on the right side of the screen. Opposite to dull totems, they are connected to mostly powerful perks of the killer and once cleansed or blessed are gone for the rest of the trial. Cleansing a hex totem takes 14 seconds, while blessing it takes 28 seconds without any perks being involved. The third type you can encounter is a boon totem, which looks like a dull totem but has a bright blue fire burning in it, giving off a noticeable chiming sound when near it and showing its aura to survivors across the whole map. If a survivor brings a boon perk, they are able to use the blessing action onto a dull or hex totem and turn them into a boon totem. If you are affected by a boon, this will show on the right side of the screen, and an indicator which boon is affecting you will also pop up at the bottom right. While those usually have a strong effect within a certain radius, the killer can snuff them out, taking 1 second, turning the totem back into a dull one. Boons and hexes will be covered in a separate video, however, there are some perks to mention which I will briefly cover regarding their influence on cleansing and blessing. Calm Spirit suppresses all noises related to cleansing, but you cleanse 30% slower. Counterforce increases cleansing speed by 20% and adds a stackable 20% for each totem cleansed. Keep in mind that by the time of recording, this perk is bugged and doesn't gain stacks. In addition, the following killer perks are also good to know. Dominance blocks the totem for up to 16 seconds upon first interaction. Hex Pandemano. Cleansed totems can be rekindled once and activate very powerful effects. Once cleansed again, the totems are gone for the remainder of a trial. Most notable effect here is the gen speed effect, which slows down gens significantly. Hex Thrill of the Hunt reduces cleansing and blessing speed by 12% for each dull or hex totem on the map. At maximum totems, it takes 35 seconds to cleanse and 70 seconds to bless a hex totem. In comparison, a generator takes 90 seconds to finish as a solo survivor. Breaking totems reduces the stacks of the perk while rekindling it regains them. Hex Undying. Besides its other effect, Undying takes place of the first hex totem getting cleansed, acting like a protective shield. Shattered Hope. Stuffing out a boon totem automatically breaks it. Talking about cleansing and blessing speed, it's important to understand how interaction speed works in Dead by Daylight and why small percentages can make a big difference. A dull totem taking 14 seconds to cleanse means that it has 14 charges and survivor cleansing speed is 1 charge per second. Lowering the cleansing speed by 30% results in a cleanse speed of 0.7 charges per second and a cleanse time of 20 seconds. Taking this example to Thrill of the Hunt, the first totem takes 35 seconds, 14 charges divided by 0.4 charges per second. The second takes 26 seconds, 14 divided by 0.54. The third 20.5 seconds, 14 divided by 0.68, etc. Almost all interactions in DBD work straightforward like this with a few exceptions. So this can also be applied to basic healing speed and generators progress. Bear in mind though that with action speed bonus and action speed penalty, the calculation is not additive and explaining this would go too far for the purpose of this video. That's it for today, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time.
I gotcha. Thank you. Thank you, Harkin. I appreciate it. Take care.
Another one?
Another one.
3 times in a row whiffing?
Another one bites the dust.